Switch. 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 Yes, good girl. Come on. Light. Yes, good girl. Had a girl. Who there? Hurry up. Come on. Light. Let it go. Yes. That's a tug. Yes, good girls. Etheridge, look. Get it? Bring it here. Give. Yeah, good. Ready? Get it? But I thought we could just go get help to most of them to do that for their person. And I was like, oh, let me still go for planes. And then I was like, oh, okay, then. You need to go for planes. How to go up? Oh, no, get it. Etheridge, get it. Get it. Should have just done this is what it tells you. How to go up? Give. Give. Get it. I'm going to start by going over some of the prompts that I used during these short videos of these tasks. I was evaluating switch, light, an advanced mobility task, which was grabbing a card off the ground, jumping up on a surface, and handing it to what would have been a cashier. And the third video was an advanced tug, which I instructed the dog to tug to open the fridge and then retrieve an item and give it to me. So let's get started. The first video, we're working on switch. As you can see here, I cut a lot of it out. There was a lot of other prompting and stuff used. However, for the purpose of this demonstration and my assignment requires, I don't have to show everything that went into this. If you'd like to see more, you like to see like all of the nuances and how I got her to engage when the first times it didn't work very well. So it was really just looking at her training and saying, okay, where are you at this point? I know she knows these behaviors. We've done them in different settings. This is the first time we've worked on them here in the studio. I apologize for some background noise. I got my other personal dog in here, and she's over here drinking water. But yes, so I've realized that a lot of my videos aren't very descriptive. They're very short, and I like to improve on that. I haven't got a lot of viewers yet, but I imagine that will improve as I, for one, get better at dictating, get better at explaining, and show more valuable content. There's not a lot of content out there that I know of, specifically on the service dogs and training them to task. Or if there is, they're not up to the ethical standards that we hold ourselves to as professional service dog trainers here at Bergen College of Canine Studies. Because as we learned directly from Bonnie Bergen, who started ADI and service dogs, excluding like guide dogs and hearing dogs. She specifically started training dogs for people with mobility clients back in like the 50s or 60s. So having had the honor to learn directly from her, and she's come a long way since the college was first founded. It used to be called the Assistance Dog Institute or Assistance Dog Academy, one of those two. Can't remember offhand. But yeah, so I'm gonna let's just go through, and I'm gonna try and do something different this time. I'm still learning how to use video editing software, um, so it's a work in progress. And I'm sure that as I practice more, as I get more content out there, I'll be able to improve. Once I get more of a viewer base, I'll be able to take in comments and possibly go through and restructure the way I do things. this isn't just for my assignment. I also want to gain a presence online, help kind of get my name out there once I do really solidify my training techniques. I've been working with service dogs for over about 15 years now. I trained my own service dog when I was younger. She's actually the one here now. She's retired now. She's like 13. I retired her a few years ago, but that's not really important right now. Um, yeah, as I continue to grow the channel and I continue to grow as a content creator, I guess that's what you would call it. Um, I'm sure things will improve. You can look back on any content creators YouTube channel and see like their very first videos. I actually like do that myself. I go back and I watch some content creators that I watch. Maybe it's video games that I play or something like that in my off time, and I some of them still have their very first videos up and available to watch, or the very first video series, and then I try to compare like what they started with to where they ended, or where they are now. So taking tips and tricks from those people. Also, I never have taken any like advanced courses through college in video editing or cinematography, things like that. I've taken like professional photography courses, but that's not really specific to I'm doing now. But that's a lot of redundant information. But let's get into it. So I might cut some of this out, but yeah, let's get into it. So I start in one of my rooms in my house that I have made into one of my training rooms here on campus. And we're starting with switch. So I start by sitting in a chair and pointing with my finger and asking her to go and switch. She seems a little confused, so I stand up. So I'm prompting with my body by standing up and pointing again at the switch. She seems to understand it at this point, and she goes to complete the task. She ups on the wall, switches the light switch down with her teeth, and then I mark with a yes, and I reward her. The next video series here is light. And I unfortunately miscued here at the beginning because the light was already on. I should have turned it off before cueing light. Still learning as a trainer. And when you're doing things sequentially, it is easy to miscue. It's definitely my bad. She's a very smart dog and she understood. She actually, you can see in the video, turned off the light with her paw and then turned it back on with her nose, which was the ultimate task that I wanted her to do. The reason I'm so close to the light switch is because she was not able to complete the task as asked from the previous position. So I was probably 5 to 7 feet away, sitting in a chair, and I had cued her to turn the light on a number of times. She was unsuccessful. So to make it, in training, we make it easier on the dog. We want to end on a success. So I had got up, I had walked over to this light switch. I said I should have turned it off. I had neglected that, but it kind of worked out all in the end. So yes, I targeted with my body by being close to the switch. I also had tapped the switch and pointed at it, and also give her the verbal command of light, and she was able to successfully complete the behavior. I marked with a yes. I rewarded her. And then yes, I tried once more. For this time, I did turn the switch off. I did use targeting with my hand to point, and she had completed it with her teeth, and I rewarded her again. Very nice. So as we work on this, we'll gain duration and things of that nature. Here, you want to change? My retired service dog is still very food motivated, and she's been quite spoiled ever since she has been retired. So I apologize for any of the background whining and noising to her for her soliciting my attention. And we'll continue here. The next behavior is an advanced tug behavior. Something you would normally use in real life. This is one of the training rooms we have set up here on campus, and quite regularly have been working on this. And let's go through this one. I have prompted with a point. Shouldn't have to use a point in the finish behavior. I cue tug. I allow her to complete the task. I reward her once the door is open. And then I had progressed this again by asking her to retrieve an item out of the fridge. And she did a very good job. This next video is her retrieving a card off the ground. And if there was a cashier there, I would have had her hand it to the cashier. We were in Lowe's and we were just doing some basic training. So, and if you'll see it towards the end of the video, I targeted with my hand to tell her where to up. I had targeted too quickly on up, and she had dropped the card, and I had realized that. But ultimately, she was able to bring the card up to that, but my hand position was not ideal, and I fumbled the card, and that's where I ended that one. So yes. So yeah, if you want to help support me on my journey, like and subscribe. I'll be doing more in I'll be doing in-depth videos, explanations, and once I get a good content, once I get a lot more content out there, and I get a little bit more of a community base and a subscriber base, I might add memberships, things like that. As everybody knows, college is not a cheap endeavor, and I'm funding most of this myself. So, if you want to support me on my journey, just at the moment, liking and subscribing very much helps me. I will, like I said, take suggestions, go into more detail, everything from beginning obedience to, as I said, specifically the service dogs. We can go all the way up into ADI public access tests. Um, we can do advanced tasking for a range of mobility or PTSD type tasks. I can train all of those things. So just let me know in the comments down below if you would like to see something specific, and I'll let you know if it's something that I have done, or I'll just make a video on it and post that at your request. I'm hoping that you enjoyed these small videos, as since they are mostly just for my assignments, but I think it helps as people can understand the journey that someone might go through to become a professional service dog trainer. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the future.